Hello everyone, and welcome to Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs. This is the sequel to Amnesia, a Doctor Stone. What is this? What is this on the right side of my screen? It's not supposed to be there, is it? This is the sequel to The Dark Descent. Though it's not necessarily a direct sequel, I don't think. I'm just gonna turn the gamma up because this is ridiculously dark. There we go, much better. Sorry about that. So I don't think this is a direct sequel, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it actually has that much to do with The Dark Descent. But I'll be trying to make whatever connections I can throughout the game, see if it really is that connected to the original or not. Also, I'm not sure if the music is as loud for you guys as it is for me. I'll see how it sounds in editing. If the audio mixing is a little bad on the first one, I do apologize. Matter of fact, I'm gonna preemptively turn the sound down just a bit. 7's a good number, can't go wrong with 7, right? Let's just get right into it, I'm really excited for this. Well, that was a little loud. Also, as I'm sure you could tell from the menu music, the music in this game is phenomenal, and I'm probably going to be saying that quite a bit throughout this series. It's very foreboding and intimidating. Even more so than The Dark Descent, which was more unnerving and subtle. He who makes a beast of himself removes himself from the pain of being human. Quoted by Dr. Samuel Johnson.
Daddy, Daddy, please don't kill me.
Very interesting way to start the game. Not monologue, but no like self-introduction like we had with Daniel. We have no idea who we are right now. With the first two questions on my mind being, what the hell was that? And what the hell is this frame rate? I hope it fixes itself shortly. Oh, this is good. It's fixing itself. This is bad. It's getting worse again. I might have to do some fixer-upping if this does not get better. Right off the bat, very similar to The Dark Descent, But I've noticed one very fatal thing. I cannot pick anything up. That's not to say the physics interaction is gone, as we can see with this door here. But the interactability that made the first game so fun and fantastic with its physics based. You can't pick as much stuff up, not everything is interactable, even these drawers here are locked. Still, that's only a complaint for this moment. That might change as we go on, but I do remember this game having less interactability. And here we have our first note of the day. And also a pig mask. I'll be on the lookout for these things. I'll tell you what the pig mask is exactly later on, after we observe more of the story. Oh, and also right off the bat, we have a different hand. So rather than Daniel's just still hand as the image, we have a new character. He appears to be wearing a black suit, a two-piece suit by the looks of things. June 24th, 1899. Interesting. So this is right before the start of a new century. And not that far off from the Dark Descent, which took place 1839. Let's see here, my maths aren't that great, but if I'm right, then that's 60 years since the events of the Dark Descent. We have quite a bit of reading to do here, so wish me luck. Hope the mic doesn't get in my way quite as much as the first game. In my dreams, I see a man, dressed in jaguar skins and feathered like a blooded saint. What came from the heart lubricated us. It crushed evil under its tread and liberated us all. The forted heat of the jungle mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. My temple pounds. The blood boils in my skull. Feels as if there is something alive there. A rat. A darn rat gnawing through my brains, eating its way out into the world. Even though laudanum will not quell its endless hunger. I hear my children playing in the attic, but it fills me with terror, not love. What desperate thoughts are these? Alright, the question of the century. What the hell was that? I could barely understand what our writer here was saying under all his dramaticism, but basically he's saying in the most ridiculous way possible that he has a bleeding headache. And nothing he takes or does is quelling it. He's having dreams, I don't know what that's about. The man in the skin. I mean, I suppose everyone's a man in skin. The man in the jaguar skins. That's something to keep in mind for the future, I suppose. And as for his children playing in the attic, filling him with terror, not sure what that's about. Something to keep thinking about.
Daddy, find us!
Ooh, some mementos. Gotta love it. Except it's not mementos anymore, it's just my journal. My fever dream. Oh, this is much more in-depth than Daniel's. This is like notes that just spawn in your inventory. I wake alone to a house in silence. That missing sound of children playing is like a dark and I'm not even going to try and read that, you guys can see it. Beckoning me to begin a descent to the loam, where surely only bodies may be found. No matter. My children call and I shall answer. I will find them. Very interesting. This guy fancies himself a I don't want to say Shakespeare necessarily, because Shakespeare's writing was much more confusing than this, but he fancies himself something of a sort similar. I mean, I've never seen this in my entire life. I'm hesitant to spell it out loud because I don't even know if that's a good word to say. Could be a cuss word for all I know, I would never know. Still, what he's saying here basically just seems to be... He's walking up, he has no idea where he is, but he can hear his children, and for some reason he knows that it's not gonna lead him anywhere good, but of course he has to go, because they're his kids. And he has to retrieve them from whatever bad place they seem to be in. Because if what he says is true, then they shouldn't be there. And I have a feeling I shouldn't be here with my trash computer. It cannot handle this game. I apologize for any lag that may be experienced throughout the video. In typical Amnesia fashion, as the name suggests, we have no memories, but every now and then we get a flashback. Low quality towels. And speaking of quality, this is actually quite a high quality house. And if we are to presume this is our house, then whoever we're playing as seems to be quite wealthy. I don't like going upstairs, so I'll save that for last, because surely we must have to go up there.
I held your hand and watched the blood pool between your legs. You lived long enough to see Edwin, but not Enoch. I will take care of you, my love. I promise you this.
Alright, so oh, another pig mask. So, unfortunately, the wife didn't live through the... Oh gosh, how do you say this? Didn't live through the... I don't want to say procedure, because it's not really a surgical procedure, is it? But didn't live through the process of giving birth. That surely must have had a very bad effect on the family. A loss like that is too heavy a burden to bear for anyone. Did I just backtrack to the room I came in? I'm ridiculous, sometimes I am. It's because I closed the doors behind me like a maroon. I don't believe there are any notes in this area. Oh, that does remind me. This game is much easier to complete than Amnesia, The Dark Descent and Justine, because the only collectibles we'll have to worry about are notes. The problem is, notes are everywhere in this game. There are so many of them, and that makes them hard to find by default. The perfect hiding place for a collectible is within too many collectibles. Have I been in this room before? Oh no, I'm losing my mind. I should just move on before this gets any more crazy. This is the room I started in.
Papa, this way.
This ball has physics. That's actually fun. I want to see if I can catch it off the top of the set. I won't play too long with this. Oh, come on, come on. I think maybe I have to bounce it down. Looking down. You know, this is stupid. I never like balls anyways. Did a door just close? I believe that's what that sound was. Those aren't normal household sounds. At least I don't think they are. I don't usually hear those. Oh my gosh, that freaked me out a bit. Unfortunately, those probably are normal household sounds, though. I mean, I can believe that something simply just toppled over in the attic. Oh dearie me, I must say this frame rate... It's not even that it's lagging, it's not. It's just the frame rates are low. Attics and nurseries. But they slept in the attic when they were babies, in arms, and perhaps they have hidden there now? I remember I insisted upon it, midway between my bedroom and my office. Alright, it seems our MC here, our main character, is suffering from severe short-term memory loss, but not long-term memory loss. He seems to remember distant memories, but anything short-term's gone. I must say, his children must be very important to him. After the loss of his wife, his children must be the only family he has left. Unless he has distant relatives I'm not aware of. We don't know anything.
There's a bad man coming.
Well, I certainly hope it's not me. Ah, brilliant. Oh! That certainly was not natural. Why is this up here? This is dangerous. Did you say the kids were up here? Hide this in the shed or something. Dead rats! Who did this to the rats? Also, another thing I'm not quite a fan of is the inventory is now missing. One of the best parts of Amnesia Dark Descent was the inventory. There is no management anymore. Our lantern is infinite. This thing runs on the power of infinity. The power of the universe itself. Its supply is infinite. So there is no reason to put it away other than just simply atmosphere. Quite a nice teddy bear. I take that back, this is not a nice teddy bear at all. This was designed to kill babies. This thing is heavier than a large stone. Edwin and Enoch's diary. Alright, that's obviously our main character's children based on the backstory. Not backstory, flashbacks. Daddy says there won't be Christmas this year. He is much too busy. Nanny says we must not disturb him. He is ever so busy. He is gone for work before she wakes us, and often we are asleep before he returns. We found a bird in the garden with a broken wing. We gave it to Nanny, who said it was a filthy thing and hit it with a rolling pin. Nanny, you and I, we're gonna have a long talk. Sit you down and discuss how wrong that was. I'm at a loss for words. Okay, let me stop interjecting. Later, we crept downstairs to bury the body when everyone was asleep. There was a pig in the garden. We heard it snuffling about. Then Daddy came and said we had to come inside straight away. He was furious, but we think he'd been crying again. I see. Alright, let's see here. Let's deconstruct this. Not much to say other than we've learned our main character was very distant with his children, but there's no surprise there. I'm not an expert on the matter, but I do believe, not in all cases, but in some cases like this, the parent may grow distant with their children. Especially in a case like this where the father appears to be in a wealthy bloodline. He simply just let his maid tend to his children. That's not to say he doesn't love his children, he very clearly does, but he's busy with something. He's neglectful, I think. I don't want to call him neglectful yet, though, until I get more information. But it seems as if he was neglectful. Perhaps his children remind him of his wife is what I was trying to get at there. I will say the atmosphere so far has been pretty decent. I wouldn't say I'm quite on edge 24/7 like I was in The Dark Descent, but this is still really good atmosphere, nonetheless. And already I'm very intrigued in the story and the how you say the build-up, the intrigue, it's definitely there.
We're hiding, Daddy.
Again with the pig masks. There's no doubt in my mind that these kids are hallucinations, by the way. I very much doubt his children are actually here right now. As for where they are, I don't know. Are those nails? Whatever are nails doing on there? They look rusty too. More nails and more hammers. Just lying on the ground? And this is clearly a kid, but there are cradles here. This is ridiculous. Remove these nails at once. This is hardly... You have money and it's this much of a pigsty? Heh, pigsty. No pun intended there. I'm leaving this room at once. That is actually really creepy. Nothing hits more different than the sounds of distant baby wailing when there are no babies. This is ridiculous. There was no way there was anyone walking up there. Was I not just there? Surely I must have just hallucinated that. Oh, nearly missed you, you sneaky little fella. Yes, he said, I know these runes. He was a shabby fellow, all rotten with some malodorous disease. I caught him looking at me strangely, as if what he really wanted to know was how I knew of them. Biting back the temptation to box his ears for the impudence, I simply smiled and told him that my family's library contained intriguing travel books. The illiterate oaf did not understand that, of course. He agreed to lead us anyways. I've told the children, truly, this will be an extraordinary adventure. If those old stones hold the financial benefits I predict, will be merely the first of many. Very interesting. I love how bitter this guy is. He's very clearly extremely angry, and that's hardly surprising. Temptation to box his ears with the impudence. That was hilarious. I absolutely love that. I love the just unbridled rage this guy puts into his text so far. Absolutely just out of left field. No need for it. However, to deconstruct this, I'm not sure who this shabby fellow he speaks of could be, but either way, he's clearly in a foreign country looking for old stones. Old stones. Could it be related to the orbs? It could also be a different old stone that holds importance. Illiterate oaf. There is so much bitter hatred to this guy he just met. Though saying that, of course, it's easier to hate someone you just met than someone you've known for any amount of time. Another thing that note taught me, and also just the general decor this area has, it's, I think it's, is that a sheep? Excuse me, why is it, I'm not necessarily complaining, but why do you have a picture of a sheep just chilling there? Doing a bit of light reading, taking some drinks, you look up, sheep. You just admire it as you're sitting down? What was I saying? Oh yes, of course. I do believe we're in good old Great Britain again by the looks of things. Very fancy decor. And also just the way he speaks. Sounds very British. Of course, I've been wrong on many occasions. This wouldn't happen to be the Order of the Black Eagle, would it? This was what Alexander was a part of for all those centuries. If so, why would he have a shield of the Order of the Black Eagle up here? But I swear, is that not the same insignia? I swear that's the Order of the Black Eagle.
Daddy.
Fascinating. Tell you what though, I'm gonna box someone's ears right now. Maybe even my own ears, because I'm the only living person in this room right now. Because these frame rates are frustrating. Don't mind me, I'm just studying the art? Not to say that that isn't art, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? You know, I don't think this guy ever asked himself once while designing this room, is there such a thing as too much art? You know, sometimes your eyes just want to look at a blank space on the wall. It's kind of suffocating, it's just art everywhere, you just can't stop looking at art. And what is this? Why, oh goodness. Oh. I've just noticed, is that a piano playing? Is that girl hiding from the dog? What is... I find myself fascinated by these paintings. I can't figure out what's going on in them. Although I have noticed a common theme of animals. There are lots of animals in these paintings here. I say as I look at the only paintings with humans on them. Ooh, quite nice. Let's see what's on this.
You don't mind if I record this, do you? I find it most useful.
Ah, you have one of those wonderful demarted bills. No, of course not, my dear fellow.
It's my own design, Professor, along with everything you see.
Most useful. You understand, of course, why the Ministry sent me. That they have concerns.
Ah, yes, quite. Pushes up monocle, drinks tea. Oh, most excellent. I do appear to actually have a tea beside me right now. I forgot I had this. Ah, lovely. It's scalding hot. I can't drink it right now, but I wish I could because that was quite fancy. I feel like I gained brain cells just listening to that. On a more serious note, however, it seems somebody from somewhere important has been sent here to interview a fellow that is doing concerning things. Quite interesting, but not much to go off from that one little interaction there. Oh, but what I can say is whoever they were talking to is clearly quite smart to have built this by himself. Especially in this time period. Here we have what looks to be a model of an ancient temple. And a map to boot. In a foreign language, I do believe. At the very least, I can't read it. Is that yet another pig? No, that's a human. My apologies. And now we have slabs, but not just any slabs. These were the slabs from the Dark Descent. So they are reusing some models for this game. And I've just noticed there is a piano playing. That was unnecessary. That was just completely unnecessary. You see, this is why you shouldn't have so many paintings up. What if I was standing under there? Death by painting is not a good way to go, let me tell you. They had no right to jump scare me like that. What could have even caused that? I am not looking at that painting. I am sorry I subjected you to that. That was mortifying. Why does he have that in his house? Ah, go fish. Nah, I'm joking. I don't actually know what that is. I don't think it's go fish though. I'm gonna stop talking before I embarrass myself further. I don't even know if Go Fish is a real game. Once again, a picture of a farm. It's not just paintings of animals, it's paintings of farms, I've noticed in particular. I'm just gonna quickly see if I've collected 5 notes. 1, 2, 3. Just 3, huh? I do hope I have not missed any. I am quite paranoid. I wouldn't like to backtrack too far now. Why, I don't even know if I could backtrack. Here we have a... obviously... Oh, dear me, I should catch that.
Hello?
Precious eagle cactus fruit. Help us.
Once again, the award-winning question of the year. What the hell was that? 2 important things, though. I do believe that voice we just heard was the voice on that there contraption back there that we heard. I'm sure it has a name, I just don't remember it. It wouldn't have to be a phonograph, wouldn't? No, it's too small to be called to be a phonograph. But it's something similar to that. Ah, wonderful, we have another note. Oh, also, as for what precious eagle cactus fruit means, I thought it was like a, like an acronym for something, or maybe a code, but I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Apparently it's something to do with Aztec rituals. Aztec sacrifice, I think. I don't know that for sure though, so don't quote me on that. Oh, this is actually a year earlier than the other notes. The bank is refusing credit. The ignorant swine. Oh, I think I know who wrote this note. I sit alone at night and weep, once the children and servants are safely asleep when they cannot hear me. My darling, how I need you now. They say I have squandered my fortune, that my investment in the latest machines has ruined the family name. What? That I was to remain a local butcher? What are these 2 arms compared to the multitude that can be applied, without pay, without tire, by adapting the mechanisms we find in the looms and the mills? But, if the bank has its way, it will all come to nothing. If they come for the house, I swear I will kill them. I will kill them all. I will take my rifle. My rifle. Interesting. So this guy seems to be part of a well-known butchery. Obviously, he's still grieving over the loss of his wife. Grief is definitely going to be a theme in this game, I believe. As well as the difficulty of moving on from something. And this guy is also clearly an advocate for the how you say, improvement of machinery. I know there's a better way to say that, I just can't figure it out right now. Development of robotics? Well, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Not even necessarily robotics, just like technology. He's very technologically supportive of technology. So far we've learned he doesn't seem to think that highly of humanity. He's very bitter towards them, I would imagine. He probably sees machines as better, and to be honest, I don't blame him. Machines can do a lot more. Oh, would you look at that? Another painting of a farm. I'm not a fan of this music that's playing. It leads me to think something bad's about to happen. That's weird. Wait a minute. The paintings, they're hidden windows. That's creepy. Oh no. The paintings make a return. And these ones are from Justine, aren't they? I have no idea who these people are.
This dawning epoch, this age of reason, an empire grown fat, ripe for the bleeding.
Interesting. I wonder what he means by that. I'm sure the answer's right on my face, but I'm quite distracted by the fact that he has a window looking directly into the bath. What the hell, man? Oh dear. Oh, wow. Though, yeah, he took pictures of it too, I see, and stapled them over there. Alongside that, seems he was drinking while he was looking at it. There are beers here. This is quite messed up. I remember that there is a note somewhere around here. Stapled on the wall. Ah, brilliant. I almost missed that. Clockwork and the Soul. Interesting title. I'm excited to read this one. Replacement is dissatisfactory. So like a pump, better than the intestinal canal, like a tapeworm. I am no longer excited to read this note. Already hosting intrusion and the breed. Brass better than copper, more resistant. Filaments sewn to bone hold. Marrow pipe removal with needle potential. Composite replacement straightforward. Will respond to electromagnetic inducement to increase yield rate. Serum provides accelerated resetting, resulting in naturalized movement within 2 to 3 days. Subjects will require severing of frontal lobes to reduce emotional distress upon reactivation. Darn it, darn this wretched soul, if only it were clockwork. This one's gonna be a hard one to decipher. I have no idea what he's talking about. He speaks in very, in a very visceral, strange way to get his point across. Still, I might be able to understand what this is. It appears to be a... I mean, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is at all. But this appears to be like a study on some form of experiment. Naturalized movement. Accelerated resetting. Reactivation. Keep this in mind. We'll keep this in mind. If only it were clockwork, that's pretty simple. He's basically complaining that he's obviously experimenting on something alive here, so it's obviously saying that he wishes it were as easy as clockwork to... Was that pig mask on the desk before? I don't think it was. Anyways, pardon me. Basically just saying he wishes it was as easy as clockwork to configure the organic body. I do believe I have acquired 5 notes now, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's all for this area. Oh, I almost missed that. The Weeping Rooms, where once we sat to weep Lily's passing, under weapons that cannot slay the angels to retrieve her from heaven. Look beyond the paintings, Oswald. We have a name. Where once you watched her bathe. The children must have discovered those secret places and taken refuge there. Interesting. This is so Oswald, this must be our main character's name. So even before the death of his wife, Oswald was not all there. He was watching her bathe, presumably without permission. Even if you are in a relationship, that doesn't give you permission to abuse privacy like that. That is quite messed up, Oswald, I will say. His mental status must not have been good, even before the wife's passing. But his wife's passing must definitely have made it, whatever he had, worse. Even now I have an obsession with closing the... I demand an explanation for what is causing that. It is very distracting. Oh, this music. It's so good. Oh, I have to read this before it goes away. 4 glassy orbs fixed upon a pint in heaven. Wipe down your trousers, men. There is blood in this sweat, and it is most unseemly. What the hell was that? I'm gonna be asking that a lot, aren't I? I don't know why I often put away the lantern. I don't really need to. Again, there is no inventory, there is no item management. We are totally fine on resources. Either way, that was a loading screen, so I do think I'll be ending this here. I've had a great time with this so far. I'm looking forward to continuing it tomorrow, but for now, I'll bid you guys adieu. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for next time. Bye for now.